everyone, and welcome to the Perfume Realm. My name is Manahel, and today we are going to do the second episode of Perfume Wars. And I just wanted to say before we get started, if you're interested in joining the realm, I highly suggest hitting the subscribe button and also clicking the bell notification so you can stay up to date on everything that is happening here. Now, let's jump into it. The first two fragrances in the battle are Nuit Et Confidences from Untitled, as well as Orchid Vanille from Van Cleef and Arpels. So if you guys are familiar with my channel, you know that I am a devoted fan to Nuit Et Confidences. I find it to be a beautiful, high quality, moody vanilla, and being a vanilla lover, I had heard a lot about Van Cleef and Arpels Orchid Vanille. So this is the box it came in. It has a really beautiful presentation, very minimalistic, but I just love it. And this is part of their collection extraordinaire. I decided to pick this up because so many people rave about this fragrance being such a beautiful high quality vanilla, and I bought it hoping that it would be, you know, something in the same vein as Nuit Et Confidences. However, I was let down. The fragrance itself in the beginning is beautiful. It really is. It has kind of this dusty chocolate mandarin type vibe going on. Literally, it does smell like Cocoa Puffs. Like, let's say you got a cereal bag full of Cocoa Puffs and you eat all of the cereal, and then at the bottom of the bag there is just all the little dust of the Cocoa Puffs. That's what it smells like, and it smells like that was all sprinkled over some mandarin and then had a little bit of florals wrapped into it. So I went through the entire testing phase. I had it sit on my skin and really take note of everything that was going on as long as the fragrance was present. Unfortunately, the longevity of this is 0. There is no longevity, much less projection and sillage. This honestly disappears on my skin within minutes. And yes, I do have very dry skin, and my skin is known to really eat up perfume, and it definitely needs to have like unscented lotion or something to really keep the scent clinging to my skin. But I tried all different methods. I also did a little t-shirt test. This is when I test out a fragrance on this one old t-shirt I have because I'm not sure if it's gonna stain, and then I try to take note of how long it's actually clinging, because like I said, my skin isn't always the best judge of that, and even on the cloth as it sunk into the fibers, it was still completely gone. And when I went to look at the notes for this, there are so many beautiful notes that are listed. You can't pick up on any of the notes because it is gone so fast. You just kind of get a general summary. And with the price tag for this one, I wasn't looking for a hello goodbye fragrance. I wanted one that was going to linger, that was going to make me feel cozy, that was going to, you know, stay with me throughout the day. I wasn't worried about the projection and sillage. I don't mind with the cozy fragrance if it becomes a skin scent, but it has to last. It has to be there for a certain amount of time. And the reason I am pitting this one against Nuit Et Confidences is because I feel like they are both a moody vanilla. Now, Nuit Et Confidences has the beautiful peppery opening, so it is a lot more smoky than Orchid Vanille, but I do pick up on very many similarities. This one, however, has incredible longevity, sillage, and performance. It sticks with you forever. Both of them have tonka, obviously vanilla, white musk. This one has bergamot, that one has mandarin, so something a little bit more sweet and juicy over there, and this one a little bit more bright and zesty. But yes, I think this one is much better, and I think that if you are going to be going hunting for a really beautiful vanilla, this might be the way to go, unless you really are looking for oranges covered in cocoa powder dust. Then yes, Van Cleef and Arpels might be the direction you want to go. Okay, so the next perfumes that are going to battle are Angel Muse from Mugler, as well as Alien Essence Absolue from Mugler. This one has kind of received the the man, the myth, the legend type of reputation, because it's pretty hard to find this one and it is discontinued. But when I bought this, I think perhaps the enchantment behind this is really the fact that it is so hard to get, and that might be fueling some of the love that this does get. It is very, very, very similar to the original Alien. In this one, you have a vanilla that kind of caramelizes all of the other notes and rounds it out. It is not as sharp and piercing as Alien is. And I do really love a good jasmine fragrance, so I do enjoy this one, although it is not what I thought it was going to be. But this is a really nice one, and of course, like most Mugler's, this one has really, really great longevity. Over here, I have another flanker, and this one is the Angel Muse. So that is the flanker for Alien, and this one is the flanker for Angel. And I know that is also a huge love in the fragrance community. So I know it's going to sound a little crazy that someone in the fragrance community hasn't smelled Angel before, but I haven't. I have not had the pleasure to do so, but I do have Angel Muse, and if it is anything like Angel Muse, then I do want to get my hands on it. This one is a really beautiful, chewy hazelnut scent. I wouldn't say so much as a perfect Nutella copy, but it does have a slight Nutella vibe to it. Pairing it against this one, both of them have really great longevity, sillage, and projection. I would say this one is just a little bit more intense than this one. This is a warm scent. This is also a warm scent, but not as much. I can see myself wearing it in the summertime if I wanted to. This, I don't think I could get away with it. I think I myself would become completely suffocated because this is so thick. But I would say for me, when it comes to my collection, this one might be the more unique one. I don't really have anything with a prominent hazelnut note in it. I do have plenty of jasmines with vanilla, but this is definitely a more bright and happy jasmine compared to the other jasmines in my collection. So this one is actually going to be a tie. This one is going to be a truce between these two because it is very difficult for me to choose which one is better. So the last two perfumes that are going to be battling each other are Scandal from Jean Paul Gaultier and Viktoria Minya's Hedonist. So I did recently do a full in-depth review of Hedonist and Scandal. The reason that I am putting these two together are because they are both almost obscenely sweet. Now to me, Scandal falls a little bit short of actually crossing that obscene barrier. It's just testing the limits, but it still falls in that just right category. For me, I think it is a really beautiful, potent, honey forward fragrance. The honey for me is there in the beginning, but it really clings throughout the entire composition of this perfume. It has a lot more of a floral base going on. It's very, very feminine, and it is very, very seductive. There's something just super alluring about this fragrance, and something so indulgent. It almost feels, wrong, and that's kind of part of the mystique about this perfume for me. Now, Hedonist does not have an actual honey note in it, but the peach and the rum notes in this definitely give you kind of a honey aspect. However, the main thing that I wanted to point out, besides the honey-like similarity, is that this one is also very, very powerful and very, very indulgent. It is sweet beyond compare. It is not apologetic, completely unapologetic with its sweetness, and a very, very forward fragrance while it is on your skin. This one, very similar to Van Cleef and Arpels, vanishes, completely disappears Harry Houdini's and it is gone, and it is quite unfortunate for two reasons. One, because the price tag is a little bit scary, at least for me, and two, because I did enjoy the opening while it was there. This one does last a little bit longer than the Orchid Vanille, but it still is just not long enough for me. Another thing is there is a tobacco note in here. The first time I really wore it, I did not pick up on a tobacco note per se. I just thought it was a very sweet, almost overripe peach scent with the rum and just, you know, like a dirty, scandalous peach. But when I decided to compare these two on opposite arms, I was soon very quickly able to pick up on the tobacco note in here. And I think that also makes it a little bit more of a challenging fragrance than the Scandal, because once the honey note and the bitter orange in Scandal starts to mellow out, it is not as dramatic. And the tobacco note in here makes the honey accord a little bit less charming, a little bit less pleasant. So for me, I would definitely say that Scandal wins. One, it is far more affordable. Two, I think it is a lot more easier to digest. And of course, the performance is amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 2 of Perfume Wars. If you guys did enjoy this video or any of my content, I would again love it if you considered subscribing, giving this video a like, and sharing with a friend. Also, definitely drop me a comment down below and let me know what other types of videos you're interested in seeing from me. Other than that, have a good one.